I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Texans going up against the Patriots. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Houston Texans and the New England Patriots. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carry for Lamar Miller, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So the pickup there for Lamar Miller, and he actually shredded his current team last year when he played against him. 175 yards, another 61 in the air, and 2 touchdowns.
I guess that's a classic example of if you can't stop him, go get him, put him on your team. Lamar Miller, a big-time pickup for the Texans.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
A first down carry now for Miller. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with the former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And that'll make it 3rd down. A quick look here at the Patriot defense.
Dante Hightower is a guy who can play the run with the best of anyone in the league, but he'll fool you a little bit in pass coverage. Not so bad there as well.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Lamar Miller. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. On the right side, this is Miller. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. This is Miller, and some room to work. And not much running room. Down to the 32. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on third down. Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's the way to get things started the first time you touch the football on the road. And you have to believe all week long, all they've talked about is, okay, going into a hostile environment, we're the visiting team. How do we take control of this ball game early? That's one way right there. No fear, guys. And if they had any, it's probably gone after that run.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on second. So this is not the QB here. They're going to do a direct snap out of the Wildcat. Direct snap this time. Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Alfred Blue, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. They juked him. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Shift together here from the D-line. In motion left here, Edelman. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Brady going to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 2 Patriots there to bring him down.
It's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. So on fourth down, the Texans will call on their field goal unit, and on comes Nick Novak. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Trying to shake up, and now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's second down. Brady to throw on second down. And a little floater there is incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. Let's discuss this offense now. And Julian Edelman, very good player.
Has really developed into a terrific slot receiver. And a lot of times he would be the primary receiver. Still mad coming out of college that he's not a quarterback in the NFL. He takes it out on the opposing defenses.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the veteran Steve Weatherford to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. It's interesting because when I'm watching college waiting guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion. But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down.
Here we go now. Boom, landed. No. All right, now, look at 56.
Running left is Miller. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Dre Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop.
An extra corner on the field for New England here on third down.
Yeah, another DB. Again, it's Miller. And he'll be stopped up quickly here At the 38. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So 2 first-half field goals now for a guy who, and you hate to give him the tag a journeyman, but it's fair to say, Charles, he's been around in his career.
Yeah, it's more have leg will travel for him. He is a guy that's bounced around a bit, but he can still stroke him when called upon, just as he did right there.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Again, it's Williams. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay. So a costly penalty and now a tougher 3rd down situation.
Like 20. 56. Mike, 56. Right there.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Here's Steve Weatherford now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
The great blocking nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return, and that will come the offense as they take over. And here comes the Texans now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And finding Fedorowicz. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning. So maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will extend their lead. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having a pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for it, and he took it to the house.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense.
Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And that's a guy, Lamar Miller, from Miami, went to the University of Miami, was playing for the Dolphins, but now moved to the Lone Star State.
Yeah, how about that? And sometimes that change of scenery, it may look like it's going to affect him adversely. He's away from his home for the first time ever, but sometimes you get out on your own somewhere else, that can increase your performance. You only focus on your football.
And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll set up a throw. That's complete right around the 8. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
20, 21.
On 1st down, Brady. Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. 53's the mic. Shift. Watch the shift.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And again, he'll find Gronkowski complete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Patriots. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
On second down, Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's fourth down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And finally, he's taken down at the 18. So a spectacular run, but not his career long that he had of 97. That was December.
97 yards. That's obviously why they run the type of sprints they run in the offseason. Longer than that to build up the lung capacity. 97 yards, I'm exhausted.
They go play action here on first down. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now Miller, he's had a big workload here tonight. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 2 Patriots there to bring him down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now Brady throwing on second down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the gun on third down, Brady. He hits White, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And quickly, they get to the line.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered. And then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. Now Brady, he'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Brady. And that is incomplete. His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's fourth down. Here's Steve Weatherford now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding third and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On the counter, it's Miller. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. They'll set up a throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he
rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Check 26, check 26, 72. Check 24, check 20.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They've been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Carlos Williams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Brady's going to look to throw. And they're going to get the two-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run it again with Miller.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Now a 20th carry of the game for Lamar Miller. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. The penalty really backs up the offense here on first down. Now 20 yards to go. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
There we go, D. That's the way to hit. No. Check. Patriot.
Now a handoff to Miller. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll look to throw here. And this one complete to Will Fuller. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
He'll drop to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they timed it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Hopkins, the one receiver right.
Let's go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Lawrence Guy in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. The 12-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now Brady got to have this one. And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Here's a give to Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough 3rd down. And the pitch goes to Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goalpost.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball.
That.
There you go.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. To throw, it's Brady. It's caught left side by Cooks. It's a gain of 14 there, and it gives the Pats a 1st down. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Another pistol look here. Brady now on 1st down. And Cooks has it over the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the 1st tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Again, it's Brady. Slant route caught by Edelman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots get a score closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt for the 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight, but I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run with Miller, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Well, Charles, Foxborough, never, ever, under any circumstance, an easy place to win, but kudos, hats off, they got it done.
Yeah, and our guy Marvin, our statistician, he slid us the note, 91-16 here at home in the Tom Brady era. That's pretty impressive.
That's very impressive.
Hard to beat this team. They're not only well coached, not only are they talented, this crowd loves getting behind them.
So for the Texans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And